We always think we know people by their clothes, their way of speaking, where they sit. We believe we can guess their story at a single glance. But sometimes, the truth runs much deeper. She thought he was just an old man, broken by life and without hope. Every morning, she offered him a cup of coffee, a simple gesture, with what little she had. And he, silent, accepted, and drank, never saying a word. Then one day, he disappeared. And when the truth came out, her life changed forever. This is the story of Amina and a cobbler unlike any other. Ajame, a neighborhood that never sleeps. Here, everything is noise. Everything moves. Buses honk. Street vendors shout. Children run barefoot between stalls. In a corner, near a dusty intersection, a young woman sets up her wobbly table every morning. A charcoal stove, a dented pot, a few warm donuts on a chipped plate. Next to it, an old coffee pot emits a sharp, warm smell. Amina is 26 years old. Her face is gentle, her eyes tired but bright. She wakes at 4 a.m. every day. She walks nearly an hour to reach this street corner, because this is where she sells. And with this, she feeds her sick mother and 2 little sisters. One morning, as the sun barely rises, she notices an old man sitting near her stand. He is thin, his jacket hanging off his shoulders, like a relic from another time. He limps slightly. He wears a holy cap despite the heat. He pulls out a pair of worn sandals, a waxed thread, a rusty needle from his bag, and he begins to sew, slowly, with precise movements, as if he had done this all his life. No one looks at him. The children laugh behind his back. Some call him the leather zombie. Others throw disgusted glances. Amina, she watches. She's not afraid. She doesn't laugh. The next day, she prepares 2 cups of coffee. She places one on the edge of her stand. She waits for him to notice. He slowly turns his head. His eyes are a deep gray, clouded by time. She smiles softly. He says nothing. He reaches out his trembling hand and takes the cup. Thus begins a ritual. Every morning, 6:30 a.m., a cup of coffee, placed on the edge of the stand. A look, sometimes a nod, not a word more. For 8 months, the ritual never changes. Amina never asks anything. He never tells anything. But they are there, together, silent, present. One morning, he is not there. 6:30 a.m. She looks at the bench. Empty. She thinks he's just late. 7 a.m. Still no one. The next day the same. She prepares the coffee anyway. She puts it down. It grows cold. She throws it away. The day after, she asks the old newspaper vendor at the street corner. The old cobbler? Haven't seen him for 3 days. Maybe he's dead. It's the street. Nobody escapes. She doesn't answer. A knot forms in her throat. She wonders if he fell sick, if he's hungry, if he's sleeping outside, in the rain, if he felt abandoned. But who to ask? No one knows his name. No one knows where he's from. Even she never asked. And yet, she feels an emptiness, as if something essential is missing from her morning. So she continues. She prepares the coffee, puts it on the bench, and waits. A few minutes, a few hours. Then she repeats, day after day, hoping to see him again, not knowing why this absence hurts so much. 3 days later, a black car slowly stops near her stand. A shiny, new sedan. Not a taxi, not a neighborhood car. A tall man in a flawless suit steps out. He approaches her. Are you Miss Amina? She nods, wary. He hands her an envelope. Brown, thick, without address. This is for you. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Come alone to the address inside. He leaves without another word. She opens the envelope carefully. A stiff paper, shaky but neat handwriting. Amina, the coffee you gave me each morning was not just a drink. It was an act of light in a world of indifference. My name is Kofi Mensah. I am the founder of the Mensah Group. I walked among the people, dressed in silence and poverty, to see who reaches out without expecting. And you did. You never asked my name. You never demanded. You gave. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., 5, Diamond Avenue. Alone. She reads and rereads. The words burn her fingers. Mensah Group, a well-known company across the country. Leather, textiles, luxury, and the old man on the bench. Was he really him? She does not sleep that night. Doubt, disbelief, anxiety, but also a strange warmth in her heart. The next day she puts on her best dress. Simple, clean, ironed the day before. She carefully styles her hair. She walks there as always, but her heart races faster. Diamond Avenue is another world. The streets are clean. The walls are smooth. People speak softly. A glass building towers before her. 5 guards at the entrance. She shows the envelope. They let her pass. Inside a marble elevator, top floor, a silent corridor. They lead her into a large room. White walls, abstract paintings. And there, he sits. A tailored suit, straight-backed, calm. His eyes the same, but his face unrecognizable. Hello, Amina. She stands, trembling. It was you all this time? He nods. It was a test, but not to judge you, to observe who gives without condition. She doesn't know what to say. You gave me a coffee every day, without asking for anything, without knowing who I was. That's what I was looking for. He stepped forward slowly, each movement deliberate and measured. His eyes, usually sharp and commanding, softened as they locked onto hers. The contrast between his stern features and the gentleness in his gaze was striking. In his hands, he held a small black box, elegant, heavy, with a subtle sheen that caught the light. He extended it toward Amina with a quiet respect, as if offering something sacred. Amina hesitated, her hands trembling slightly as she reached out to take it. She lifted the lid carefully. Inside, gleaming under the soft glow of the room's light, were polished metal keys, their teeth precise and shining. Next to them lay a badge, emblazoned with the unmistakable logo of the Mensah Group. Beneath these, a set of neatly folded documents awaited her touch. His voice was calm, steady, carrying the weight of the moment. You will lead a workshop, he said simply, a line dedicated to crafting shoes for impoverished children. Amina's breath caught in her throat. She took a step back, stunned, unable to fully absorb his words. Me? But I don't know how to do anything. I'm just a street vendor, she whispered, her voice fragile with disbelief. Then his smile appeared, radiant, warm, and filled with conviction. It was a smile that could light the darkest room. You are more than that, Amina. You are a heart in action. That is all it takes to change lives. She lowered her gaze, struggling to find the truth in his words, the reality behind this incredible moment. Why me, Mr. Kofi? Why did you choose me? Her voice barely rose above her breath, filled with a mix of hope and doubt. He stepped closer, his voice now a soft murmur, almost a secret, shared between two souls. Because you saw what no one else did. You reached out without expecting anything in return. You made me feel alive when I believed I was forgotten by all. Tears welled up in Amina's eyes, spilling slowly down her cheeks. She clutched the box to her chest, the keys cold yet heavy with meaning in her palm. A whirlwind of fear, excitement, and hope swirled inside her. She didn't fully understand what this gift meant yet, but deep inside she knew her life had changed forever. Years later, Amina stands tall as the leader of several workshops across the country. The same hands that once sold coffee now guide young people without diplomas, widows, and girls cast aside by society. She teaches them not only to make shoes, but to believe in their worth. She mentors them, transforms their futures. Each pair of shoes crafted carries a small, sewn message inside. You have value, even if no one has told you yet. And yet, despite her success, she never forgets where it all began. Every morning, precisely at 6:30 a.m., Amina prepares a cup of coffee. She walks to a bench placed in front of a factory. A new bench, but the gesture remains unchanged. She sets the cup down gently, just as she once did years ago on a dusty street corner. No one ever comes to drink it anymore, but the coffee stays there, a silent tribute, a sacred memory, because one day, a simple cup of coffee changed 2 lives and revealed that true wealth often hides in the simplest acts.